从5月7日开始到5月28日的以赛亚书62章21天禁食祷告严肃会，是在历史上从所未有的最大一波全球联合为以色列的祷告运动。截至目前为止已超过1周的时间，有超过100万以上的基督徒从全球各地以祷告彼此连结，形成一个属灵的网络，用祷告守护以色列。
Why would this happen for the first time in human history? And the Lord's answer is something like, because it will be necessary. The Bible is clear that God's favor on Jerusalem is connected to the fulfilling of the Great Commission, the gospel preached to all nations, but many say billions sow harvest. So I think many people who love Jesus are going to be surprised at this connection. And when they see the connection, then they're going to want to participate in it.
禁食祷告会发起人毕麦克牧师表示，这原本只是一个单纯为堪萨斯国际祷告殿40周年庆的禁食祷告会，却没想到竟然成为全球性的禁食祷告运动。但为什么是以赛亚书62章作为禁食祷告会的焦点呢？
It came as an accident, I have to be honest. Because in May 1983, 40 years ago, we did fasting and prayer for 21 days in May because the Lord showed us in a very clear way. In January, my leader said, why don't we have a 21-day fast this year because of the 40 years? I actually said no. It's strange to celebrate a 40-year anniversary by fasting again. Maybe we should have a party instead of a fast. Got convinced we should call people to it. And then I put a video out on March 7th. It surprised me. I was in an interview with a man who leads a TV show, and he said, how did you have so much insight about the great crisis in May and that you called a fast in March? I go, it was an accident. I didn't even know. He goes, what do you mean it was an accident? I go, it was kind of sentimental. I didn't even know it was God. Little did I know. We stepped into a sovereign moment in history that no man can take credit for. Nobody can take credit. Isaiah 62 is the most descriptive chapter in the prophetic scriptures in the whole Bible. It's 12 verses, line after line, the glory of God for Jerusalem. The prophetic chapters, this is yet to come. Some of it is the down payment of glory on Jerusalem now, but most of it is related to when Jesus returns.
以色列从建国以来面临周边敌国的攻击不可胜数，而今年不单单是外患的攻击，更面临内忧政治的局势混乱。更有消息指出5月将会是关键，而这波禁食祷告运动的最后一天就落在圣灵降临日，难道这是巧合吗？
Crisis in Israel in May 2023 is very intense. Many leaders in Jerusalem in March and April, they said Israel will be in a crisis in May, probably the greatest crisis of their 75 years of being a nation since 1948. They will probably have a civil war in May or June. So we only did May 7 to 28 this year because of 40 years ago. It ends on May 28th, which is the Feast of Pentecost. I just found this out a couple days ago. It was over 70 years ago, the last time it landed on May 28th. So I think that's very important because in the upper room in Acts chapter 2, they were praying and the Spirit broke out in power. There must be significant parallels to that somehow.
在21天的禁食祷告运动结束后就停止了吗？而华人在这波祷告禁食运动以及末世所扮演的角色是什么呢？
This 21 days of prayer and fasting with 5 million plus believers is very important. I believe the Chinese believers are going to lead the earth in the end time prayer movement in prayer. And I've believed that for 40 years.
若是你想加入禁食祷告的行列，现在还不迟，可以上 isaiahfast.com 提供100种语言给全球不同区域的基督徒，可以找到更多相关的资讯与线上共同祷告的时段。这是一个关键的时刻，也是神指定的时间。让我们一同以祷告为耶路撒冷求平安。